Welcome to episode 6 of the Temple of Elemental Evil. Bandit Edition.
I am Dreadmore, your dungeon master. With only 4 of our 6 players able to attend, I decided to add a side twist to this module. What happened to the bandits that escaped the Moathouse? Now we will find out. 7 bandits fled the Moathouse after a week of warnings from an inside source in Hamlet. The informant warned that heroes from Hamlet, acting on orders from a druid, would come to purge the Moathouse of bandits and any evil presence there. On the orc leader's orders, the bandits would then head to Nulb to regroup. A couple of hours along the northern road to Nulb, the bandits encountered a scene they recognized: the old ambush tactic, a flipped cart and wounded scavengers lying about. Knowing the trick, the Moathouse bandits attacked first, firing ranged weapons at the unsuspecting ambushers. A large battle erupted, with heavy casualties on both sides. After several minutes of brutal combat, the Moathouse bandits gained the upper hand. The orc leader pressed his advantage and offered a stark choice: join him or die where you stood. The remaining ambushers surrendered and pledged their allegiance to the powerful orc. Wounds were tended on both sides, and only 2 men lost their lives. With the addition of this other bandit group, their numbers stood at 13. They pressed on toward Nulb. A few hours later, they encountered a group of pilgrims. The bandits halted them on the road and learned the pilgrims were headed to the church of St. Cuthbert in Hamlet. Hearing this, the bandits began rounding them up for extermination. A woman stepped forward from the group and introduced herself as an agent of the Elemental Eye, claiming undercover status with the pilgrims to gain access to an artifact inside the church. Her allegiance was secured after she offered a few expensive gems to the orc leader. The bandit leader then ordered the execution of the pilgrims and ordered their bodies hidden off the road. He then altered his plans, shifting direction from Nulb to Hamlet after learning of the artifact within the church. If necessary, he would seize it by force. 2 hours of travel later, the bandit group noticed the female spy was missing, along with another bandit. Hearing this, the orc leader redirected again, continuing toward Nulb. On the return journey, they found their missing companion face down on the roadside with a fatal wound. With no sign of the female spy, they pressed on. Entering the gnarly forest along the road, they pressed forward for 4 hours only to be ambushed by a winged owlbear emerging from a nearby cave, just 100 feet from the road. They fought the great beast with all their might and emerged victorious, suffering no casualties. Inside the cave, bones and unused equipment suggested this had once been a bandit hideout overtaken by the owlbear. The group decided to camp there for the night. The next morning, they continued toward Nulb. With the village in sight and only a few miles distant, they moved with haste. But they were beguiled by a beautiful song that filled the air. 8 of the 13 bandits fell under its spell, sprinting toward the source of the melody. Soon afterward, 3 harpies swooped in and tore at the bandits with their claws. The harpies attacked the uncharmed bandits from the air and on the ground. In a brief, brutal exchange, 2 bandits and 3 harpies lay dead on the road. The remaining bandits regrouped and finished their journey to Nulb. Upon arriving in Nulb, they combed the village to find anyone who might yield what they sought. This is where our story ends for this week of the Bandit adventure. Join us next week when we resume with our heroes from Hamlet. We last left them in the middle of combat with gnolls.